first practice in Suzuka, and once again, the Silver Arrows were on target. George Russell and Kimi Antonelli, the two fastest men on track, the Briton quickest with a time of 1 minute 31 and all the sixes. All teams have to run a set number of rookie racers in FP1 sessions over the course of the season, and Aston Martin took their first opportunity in round 3. American reserve driver Jack Crawford sitting in for Fernando Alonso, who arrived late to Suzuka due to the birth of his first child. Congratulations, Nando. A few new circuit-specific liveries on display today. Racing Bulls were sporting what they're calling their spring edition colours, bags of red adorning their usual scheme. Haas have gone full Japan, their cars resplendent with Godzilla images celebrating their season-long tie-in with that famous Japanese entertainment company Toho, responsible for the destruction of many a model city over the years. And current Constructors' Championship leaders Mercedes were in Predator mode, their cars and overalls with distinct wolf motifs, part of a collaboration with a Japanese fashion brand. George Russell has had a fine old time so far this year, leading the drivers' standings after his wins in Melbourne and the Shanghai Sprint. He had a scary moment going through Spoon.
Russell, a couple of times now, he is very well drifting his car into Spoon. So there's, again, another illustration of the downforce just not being on these cars at this moment.
He wasn't alone in finding that turn tricky, both Racing Bulls drivers with offs at the same spot.
It was Lawson then who's gone off at Spoon Curve, as well as Lindblad. So, in sympathy, maybe he was just ahead of him on the road, wasn't he? There was Lindblad going fully off and almost finding the barriers.
Alex Albon's hairy moment came at Degner 2, the Thai driver into the gravel.
Oh, he's getting that wall.
It's absolute wall.
Yeah, you don't get away with it at the Degners. Running wide there at Degner 2, and you just don't have the margin here, so he skittles off into the gravel. I'd be amazed if he's got away without significant damage there. He's managed to drag the car back to the pits.
Williams teammate Carlos Sainz suffered a lockup at the hairpin. Sergio Perez is probably still getting used to being back in the F1 fray, the 6-time Grand Prix winner getting in the way of Russell at the final corner.
What's his idiot doing?
Oh, sure.
Who was that?
Perez.
Must be Perez, yeah, obviously.
The Mexican driver was involved in a more serious incident later on, the Cadillac driver colliding with Alex Albon at the chicane.
I'm going to throw one up the inside.
Oh, come on now. No need for that in practice.
He saw me.
Albon probably needed to exercise a bit more caution there on a flying lap, as you mentioned. There's just no need to do that in practice.
Oh my god, I had no idea that the Williams was next to us. She crashed into me.
One big backroom change worth mentioning. Jonathan Wheatley has parted company with Audi, the German outfit replacing the Briton with former Ferrari boss and head of the Audi F1 project, Mattia Binotto, as team principal. Their drivers were comfortably in the midfield today. Gabriel Bortoleto, P11, won better than Nico Hülkenberg. Max Verstappen's week off was quite eventful. The 4-time F1 world champion taking part in an endurance race at the Nürburgring. The Dutchman victorious at the flag, only to be stripped of the win due to a tyre blunder. He had a moment late in this session going off-piste at Spoon. P7 for his efforts in FP1. Oscar Piastri will be looking to kickstart his season this weekend, quite literally. The Australian has failed to start a Grand Prix this year. He was involved in a 3-way fight in the dying moments, coming off the worst from Charles Leclerc and Pierre Gasly.
And Charles Leclerc goes through. It is practice, chaps. We're getting all sorts of entertainment.
Well, that didn't go well.
So it finished Russell top from Antonelli, then came the McLaren duo of Lando Norris and Piastri, followed by the Ferrari pairing of Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. They were ahead of Verstappen, Liam Lawson, Esteban Ocon and Arvid Lindblad. Bortoleto and Hülkenberg next, then came Isaac Hadjar, Oliver Behrman, Gasly, Franco Colapinto, Sainz, Albon, Perez, Valtteri Bottas and Lance Stroll, with the rookie Crawford completing the 22.